This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 17th day of December in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. In an address that started more than 30 minutes late and went on for more than 2 hours, President Irfan Ali earlier this evening outlined his government's development plan for the next 5 years as part of his second term in office.
For us, the people come first, always. It is a guiding principle. Putting people at the center of every decision that shapes the economic blueprint. I'm about to unveil every policy, every initiative, every program, every project flows from the simple yet profound question: how does this improve your lives, the citizens of Guyana? At every step, we ask, does this policy make life better? Does this program expand dignity and choice? Does this project impact positively on the community in which it is located?
The president said the government will be implementing a number of plans and programs that are people-centered, and that will push development of citizens. He said there will be massive expansion in all sectors under the government's watch. President Ali promised a more equal distribution of the country's economic wealth and the creation of better quality jobs in the country. The president said there will be continuous diversification of the economy, and more projects will be put in place to directly impact the lives of citizens, including the setting up of an interest-free development bank. According to the president, in the building of a prosperous future, there will be the need for a more united and disciplined Guyana, where needs and wants are not the only things to be addressed. He announced that there will be continuous cash transfers over the next 5 years. The president said next year's budget will cater for a $100,000 cash grant for every Guyanese 18 years and older. He also said other cash grants will be provided over the next 5 years.
Finally, we committed in our Manifesto 2025 to provide additional cash grants to individuals. In this regard, Budget 2026, which will be presented early in the new year, will make provision for a cash grant of $100,000 to be paid to every citizen in Guyana who is 18 years of age and older. And other cash grants will be paid during the course of the next 5 years.
The Because We Care cash grant for children, he said, will continue over the next 5 years, and the government will be working to get that grant up to $100,000 annually per child by the end of its 5-year term. For the old age pensioners, he said the old age pension is expected to be increased annually over the next 5 years and should eventually reach $60,000 per month by the end of his term in office. The president said a number of other bold measures will be outlined in the coming months and years as his government pushes ahead its agenda. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Well on the man, Slingers Family Entertainment presents the 24th annual Virgin New Gen Village Day celebration. Thursday, December 25th, 2025. Christmas Day. Live from Jamaica. Valiant.
Put a little pressure on me, I saw your brawling.
Valiant.
Guyana, girl exclusive.
Skank.
Intellectual murder people edition.
Skank.
Slingers Family have hundreds chop.
Also featuring Stiffy Stiff,
Oh yeah, but I never yet get a mock shot.
Vision Clark, Kurt Lee, and Lil B. Enjoy musical vibes by Slingers Family, Guyana's #1 sound, TJ Magnum and Selector Cena, Notorious Sound, Bobby Kush and Selector Jerome, The Kush Squad, and DJ Fireman and DJ Deva Kid. It's all going down at Lenora Stadium. Gates open at 8 p.m. Get ready for an unforgettable night. Bang!
In 2024, over 1,600 technical and non-technical programs empowered Guyanese with new skills, boosting their careers in the oil and gas sector. Thanks to the Local Content Act, citizens are given priority at every level, gaining hands-on experience and qualifications that position them to provide world-class services in Guyana. This investment in local talent is strengthening Ghana's workforce and ensuring the country can fully participate in its energy future. Since oil production began offshore, long-term investments in training have equipped Guyanese with the skills and expertise needed to thrive in the sector, opening doors for local service providers and strengthening the industry and economy for generations to come.
I'm sorry. I couldn't take any more of your gaslighting. Just go. I got burned too many times. I went to Quartz and found myself a new flame.
Say goodbye to your old appliances and hello to new ones from Quartz, bringing Christmas home.
Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. Make this Christmas happen with Republic Bank this year.
Every year somebody wins, but this year?
This year is my turn.
I'm going big. 48,000? Easy. That's 6 coupons.
Smart and fast. My win is just a scan away. Oh, and I take in that fridge too.
This is the winning one.
This year, the win is mine.
Shop $8,000 or more at any 6 Massey stores, and you'll get a chance to win our grand prize, the brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta, plus amazing consolation prizes. Massey stores, our family serving your family.
The mother of President Irfan Ali, Bibi Nishaw Ali, has filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit in Canada against international social media company Meta, Facebook, and Guyanese social media commentator Melissa Atwell, known as Melly Mel, over statements published on the platform earlier this year, allegedly by Ms. Atwell. Some of those statements made reference to allegations of corruption that allegedly involved the president's mother. The statements were reportedly made initially in a separate television news interview with a businessman. In the lawsuit seen by News Source, Mrs. Ali contends that the defendants have committed libel against her on multiple occasions, affecting her directly as well as her children and her extended family. Through her attorney, Selwyn Peters, Mrs. Ali detailed in her lawsuit that on multiple occasions in August of 2025, there were several publications on the Facebook platform by Atwell, alleging that she is involved in corruption and will get drawbacks from government contracts. Mrs. Ali stated that she was referenced to as Gangsta Granny in many of the statements on social media. Ali, who is also a Canadian citizen, noted in her filings that she filed the matter in the Canada-based court because it was there that she suffered the damages. She said the damage caused to her is a direct result of the defendant's business activities in the province of Ontario, which allowed the libelous publications to be accessible to any person in Ontario, Canada with an electronic device, which account access Facebook. Accordingly, the statement said it is in the interest of justice that the court exercise jurisdiction over the litigation. Mrs. Ali said the words published against her, both in the video and written formats, were false and defamatory and imply that she participates in corruption for the benefit of her son, who is the president of Guyana, accepts bribes on behalf of him, and engages in coercing contractors for kickbacks. She said the defendants should have known that the statements made would have been widely publicized and should have conducted their due diligence before publishing the statements, which she said are libelous. The president's mother also stated in the court documents that she has decades-long service as an educator and is regarded as an upstanding citizen both in Guyana and Canada. She noted that the defendants were reckless and irresponsible in their publication, which caused her harm. She also noted that even the businessman who made the allegations in a video recording had no direct or personal knowledge of her and was relying on hearsay. Ali said she suffered physical, emotional, and psychological harm, as well as anxiety, stress, and mental anguish as a result of the incident. Canadian airline Air Transat launched its service to Guyana, connecting Georgetown and Toronto, Canada, early this morning. The service will operate twice weekly until the 29th of May 2026. Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Cheddi-Jagan Airport, Sanjeev Dattadin, underscored the significance of the inaugural flight to the Cheddi-Jagan Airport for Air Transat.
These are critical markers because we need people to be able to, businessmen, we need them to be able to come to the country. Tourists and vacation, recreational travelers, we need them as part of our vision and our economy. And we also need workers to some extent for our petroleum sector. Now, in all that we have done, we have endeavored to get routes that are best suited to Guyana.
And the Chief Revenue Officer for Air Transat, Sebastian Pons, reaffirmed the airline's commitment to the route and to serving Guyana for the next couple of months. Public Utilities and Aviation Minister Deodat Indar said the commencement of the Air Transat service reflects the government's continued efforts to expand Guyana's international air connectivity. In a statement, the Cheddi-Jagan International Airport said the launch of the service complements its ongoing modernization and expansion initiatives, which focus on improving capacity, operational efficiency, and Guyana's position in the regional and international aviation landscape.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have me clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market. Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, We're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Hi, my name is Stephen Jacobs, Minister within the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport. Health and fitness is the heart of a strong nation. And when we have strong Guyanese citizens, it helps with discipline and also productivity, and also a long-lasting life for you. So, for that reason, I'm endorsing the Energy Conference run on the 15th of February 2026. See you there.
Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. Make this Christmas happen with Republic Bank this year.
A PNU Member of Parliament, Dr. Terence Campbell, has submitted a motion to the National Assembly calling on the government to make provisions for the expansion of social programs in the 2026 national budget. Among other things, Dr. Campbell wants the government to establish, expand, and put properly resourced shelters and supporting housing programs in place for homeless persons, with particular emphasis on the poor and mentally ill population. He also wants the administration to implement a subsidized housing program aimed at providing safe, affordable, and healthy homes for low-income citizens who are unable to construct houses despite having access to lands. The opposition motion states that many poor households in Guyana continue to exist in unsafe and unhealthy conditions, and despite persons receiving land allocations, many of them lack the financial capacity to construct adequate homes, thereby necessitating subsidized housing solutions. The motion is also seeking the establishment of professionally managed free daycare centers throughout the country to support working parents, noting that many parents are unable to engage in gainful employment due to the absence of child care services. The motion calls on the government to take a closer look at all of its social infrastructure programs and find ways to improve how those programs are being offered. The motion says whereas many communities throughout Guyana lack playgrounds and community centers, and in some instances public lands previously used for such purposes have been confiscated or transferred into private lands, it be resolved that the reservation and development of not less than 1 acre of land for a playground and community center for every 1,000 residents in communities across the country. The opposition MP wants the finance minister to present to the National Assembly the details of the budgetary allocations, implementation timelines, and the coordinating agencies necessary to give effect to its motion. The Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation has received the ISO 15189 Plus accreditation, making it the first public laboratory in Guyana to receive the internationally recognized certification. The hospital said the milestone represents a significant advancement in national diagnostic services and reinforces its commitment to quality, competence, patient safety, and internationally aligned laboratory standards. ISO 15189 Plus accreditation is an indication of the laboratory's technical proficiency and robust quality management systems and its strong and reliable testing capabilities. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony said the lab's accreditation forms part of the government's vision to transform the country's healthcare system into a world-class one.
So we have put in world-class equipment, we have trained people, we collaborated with some of our partners, including Mount Sinai. We have put in and we are capable of doing digital pathology, where we can take high-resolution images of some of the slides that we have and send them for second opinion if that is needed. But no longer do we have to take the gross samples and try to send them to a second lab for interpretation. We can do all of that through digital transform.
He also said there are not many labs in the Caribbean with such capabilities, adding that the results are now available within days, and that is a significant achievement.
ISO 15189 is the gold standard for medical laboratories. It goes beyond documentation and processes. It validates the competencies of our people, the reliability of our results, and the integrity of every step from sampling to reporting. This achievement is not just a mere certificate hanged on the wall. It is a testament to our unwavering commitment to quality, accuracy, patient safety, and continuous improvement.
Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer of the Georgetown Hospital, Robbie Rambaran, said in healthcare, particularly in pathology, every test result carries immense responsibility, explaining that behind every report is a patient and the clinician depending on a lab for timely and precise information.
This accreditation aligns with our responsibility to strengthen public health care system and deliver services that meet global benchmark. And I am proud to say that GPHC is the first public health facility to have ever received an ISO accreditation.
Rambaran is now pushing for the hospital's medical laboratory to be accredited by June of next year and the medical imaging department accredited by the end of 2026. He said achieving ISO standards require rigorous documentation, standardization, audits, and a culture of accountability, and the hospital is committed to that task. Guyana's Attorney General, Senior Counsel Anil Nandlal has told the United Nations Conference that fighting corruption in Guyana is a work in progress. Mr. Nandlal made a statement while he addressed the 11th session of the Conference of States Parties to the UN Convention Against Corruption in Doha, Qatar on Tuesday. Citing Guyana's anti-corruption legislative framework and its membership in the Inter-American Convention Against Corruption, the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force, the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, the Egmont Group, and UNOC, the Attorney General said Guyana has accomplished much in its fight against corruption, but there is still work to be done.
Guyana's legislative and constitutional framework enshrine a robust regime of checks and balances which extracts from government, public officers and state agencies a high level of accountability, transparency and adherence to the rule of law in the discharge of their functions. These include an independent Auditor General Office that audits the expenditure of public funds annually and presenting its report to a parliament, a statutory framework governing the receipt and expenditure of revenues generated from the petroleum sector with a broad-based administrative and parliamentary oversight, a public procurement process with oversights that presides over the award of contracts funded by public funds, an independent judiciary, and a free and critical press, all of which aggregate to form part of Guyana's anti-corruption architecture.
Alluding to the UN Convention Against Corruption, Minister Nandlal said the convention rightly places heavy emphasis on the anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism apparatus in individual member states. In that regard, he said Guyana has successfully completed its fourth round of mutual evaluation by the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force, during which it won an award in a case study done during the assessment. The case examined was that of Assistant Commissioner of Police Calvin Brutus, who was slapped with over 300 criminal charges of corruption, the first of its kind in the Caribbean. The global leaders also heard of the move by Guyana to accede to a request by the U.S. to have opposition Member of Parliament Azruddin Mohammed and his father Nazar Mohammed extradited for alleged financial and cross-border crimes.
As I speak, Guyana has acceded to an extradition request from the government of the United States of America to surrender two fugitive offenders, one of whom is a Member of Parliament, indicted in a $50 million US smuggling and money laundering conspiracy.
Minister Nandlal said in keeping with recommendations emanating from the UN Convention Against Corruption, Guyana has also begun to put greater emphasis on the detention and forfeiture of assets that are proceeds of crime or whose acquisition are tainted by illegal activities. President Irfan Ali, he said, has already signaled his intention to establish an anti-corruption unit to augment Guyana's war against corruption.
Well, on the man, Slingers Family Entertainment presents the 24th annual Virgin Nugent Village Day celebration. Thursday, December 25th, 2025. Christmas Day. Live from Jamaica. Valiant.
Put a little pressure on me, I saw your brawling.
Valiant.
Guyana, girl exclusive.
Skank.
Intellectual murder people let the shot.
Skank.
Slingers Family have hundreds chop.
Also featuring Stiffy Stiff.
Oh, yeah, but I never yet get a moksha.
Vision Clark, Kurt Lee, and Lil B. Enjoy musical vibes by Slingers Family, Guyana's #1 sound, TJ Magnum and Selector Cena, Notorious Sound, Bobby Kush and Selector Jerome, The Kush Squad, and DJ Fireman and DJ Deva Kid. It's all going down at Lenora Stadium. Gates open at 8 p.m. Get ready for an unforgettable night. Bang!
Whether you're heading up the highway or just picking up the kids in Guyana, do it in power and style with the Isuzu MU-X. With the 7 full-size seats, turbo diesel power, and off-road control, Isuzu MU-X is built to handle any family lifestyle. Available at Marix, the authorized Isuzu dealer. Call 226-1306 for more details. Isuzu MU-X, robust, safe, and bold.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Something new has been growing, and it's now ready for you to pick.
Fresh.
Taste the Fruta freshness. Pick the fresh new 200 ml size today. Live Fruitaful.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. Make this Christmas happen with Republic Bank this year. Okay, let's do this thing. Okay, let's do this thing.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has expressed deep disappointment over the government's decision to allow the United States to use Trinidad and Tobago's airports for logistical support operations, describing the move as an attempt to make the country a vassal state. Rowley spoke to Guardian Media on the issue outside the Seventh-day Adventist Church at Stanmore Avenue, Port of Spain, Tuesday, after the funeral of People's National Movement stalwart Dr. Ferdinand Ferrier. He was asked to comment on recent developments that have drawn criticism from Venezuela and renewed debate amongst the population about the country's foreign policy direction. The former Prime Minister said Trinidad and Tobago has historically guarded its sovereignty carefully, even while maintaining relations with major global players. He argued that the current approach risks undermining that legacy and appears to be a sharp break from the long-standing tradition of independent diplomacy. Let's tell you now that citizens of Antigua and Barbuda and Dominica will face new restrictions on entry into the United States after President Donald Trump on Tuesday expanded a partial travel ban to include 15 new countries as of January 1. In adding the two Eastern Caribbean nations to the list, Trump cited concerns about their Citizenship by Investment, or CBI program, which allows foreign nationals to obtain a passport in exchange for a financial investment. The Trump administration said both nations have offered CBI without residency, a claim Antigua and Barbuda's ambassador disputes, which poses challenges for screening and vetting purposes. An administration proclamation also argues that CBI programs can allow foreign nationals from restricted countries to obtain passports from third countries not subject to travel restrictions, enabling them to apply for U.S. visas and circumvent the ban. It said the United States law enforcement and the Department of State have found that historically CBI programs have been susceptible to several risks. These risks include allowing an individual to conceal his or her identity and assets to circumvent travel restrictions or financial or banking restrictions. Antigua and Barbuda's ambassador to the U.S., Sir Ronald Saunders, said he was alarmed by his country's inclusion because his country had already amended legislation based on suggestions from U.S. officials about his country's CBI program. Separately, Prime Minister Gaston Brown said that he was deeply disappointed by his twin island nation's inclusion, especially considering they've spent the past year working closely and constructively with several departments of the United States government to strengthen safeguards within the Citizenship by Investment program. And finally tonight, international news. The Republican-controlled U.S. House of Representatives on Wednesday blocked quick consideration of a Democratic bill to extend an Affordable Care Act health insurance subsidy in a procedural move that could close the door to any such legislation being enacted before the subsidies expire on December 31. By a vote of 204 to 203, the House voted to put a stop to the last-minute move by Democrats, aided by 4 Republicans, to force quick votes on a 3-year extension of the ACA subsidy. Democrats loudly protested, accusing Republican leadership of groveling an end to the vote prematurely before all members had cast their ballots. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.